Hi guys, if you're on and you can hear and see me, please leave a comment so I know if you're on Facebook or if you're on YouTube. I am live on YouTube, it looks like, so let me check on Facebook. Last week we had issues and I don't know why, but it would not let me go live, and it looks like maybe I am live this week. Let me click on the video. Okay guys, I think I'm live in both places this week. Hallelujah. Please, though, leave me a comment and let me know. Let me get my comments pulled up where I can see them now that I know that I'm live in both places. Okay, Deanna is on Facebook, I think. And Diana is from Oregon. And I don't know, Deanna, are you on Facebook or YouTube? Because it has the YouTube logo for you. Mary Ellen is here. Hello, Mary Ellen. Okay, great. Diana said the picture and sound is great. Okay, let's get started then, guys. No need to wait. Okay. If you're new here, my name is Bobby. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the U.S., and I go live every Wednesday and do a free online class, and you can earn the Make and Take packets that for the projects that I create today if you place a qualifying order with me, and we'll go over that in just a little bit. Okay, Deanna, thank you so much, or Diana, thank you so much on YouTube. So far, I haven't had anybody comment on Facebook. But I know I'm on Facebook because I was over there and it was live. Please like and share and comment on the video. That helps the algorithm and it pushes my video out to more people that are hopefully like you and me and like paper crafting and might enjoy the video and want to stamp and craft with us. I thought my shirt today, I don't know if you guys can see the whole thing. Let me try to, I'll have to stand on my tippy toes. So I thought that was quite appropriate for me to wear today. Okay, so I have the host code again. Oh, Deanna said she thought it was Facebook, it's YouTube. That's okay. Story of my life, always getting something wrong. Okay, so let me jump right in. I forgot what I was saying. If you guys would like, comment, and share the video, I think that's where I left off at. And hopefully we'll get more people crafting and joining us. I'd really appreciate that, you guys. Thank you so much, Diana, for sharing it to Facebook. I really appreciate it. Okay, so I'm going to talk just really quickly about my card club. It is filling up fast, you guys. I had 2 people yesterday sign up. And it makes me so happy when I get that notification. I'll get like 2 little dings on my phone. One is like for scribing and one is when they set up the PayPal thing. So it's like ding, ding, right in a row. So I know that that's somebody, and that's regardless. It's all the events that I do. It's kind of like situated like that. But it just made me so happy. The first person joined in about an hour or so later, a second person. And I told my husband, I said, oh my gosh, I had 2 people in one day join my card club. And then I told him, I said, last year, I think it was, I had 4 people in one day. So I'm not sure if the stamping bug goes around like that, where multiple people decide to join in one day. But this is the projects that we'll be making in August. And you have until the 17th to sign up. If you sign up after the 17th of August, you'll get the projects that I make for September. And then I'll show you really quick the pricing. And it is, let me pull this up really quick. Hide that. It's $43 a month, and that does include the shipping and handling. And you might think that $43 is more than some people are offering, and I will tell you, I provide envelopes, and the people that are offering it cheaper, I think, the demonstrators, when everything went up, we had to determine what we were going to do. If we were going to raise the price to cover the supplies that we include in the cards, or were we going to take stuff out, like the envelopes. And I also do all the scoring, all the embossing. If I emboss a sheet and the embossing folder is not included in that month's $20 worth of products that my people receive, I always emboss them for you anyway, because I want you to be able to create the cards exactly like I do. So if I use something on them that is not included with your $20 supplies for that month, I always make sure that I send it. So we always make 8 cards. We make 2 each of 4 different designs. And like I just said, envelopes are included. And then every month you receive $20 worth of Stampin' Up! Products that you use on your cards to create the cards. It's usually the DSP, a ribbon, and an embellishment. And then you always have enough left over to use on your own projects too. And then the best thing, I think, is after you've been a member for 6 consecutive months, you earn a free $25 product bonus. And you just email me and tell me what you want. I place the order and then I have it mailed directly to you. Hello, Marilyn. I didn't see you pop on. And then, like I just said, if you join by the 20th, you'll get that month's project. You don't have to re-sign up every month. Once you sign up, you're registered. You're in the club until you cancel it. But this is just for new people signing up, just so that way they know if they sign up after the 20th, they're going to get the next month's projects. And then the previous creative card club projects I put on my blog. I offer them on my blog as you can buy for the PDF. And I love to spoil my club members. The first time you sign up, you're going to get a special gift in your first package from me. And then every 2 or 3 months, I like to put a little something extra in their packets as just a thank you for being a part of my club. And then for new people that want to shop with me, I offer Bobby Bucks. It's a rewards program. You download the tracker, you fill in the top portion with your orders, and then when you have that filled in, you can then move to the bottom and you earn $40 worth of Stampin' Up! Products from me. Again, you just tell me what you want. I place the order and then I have that shipped directly to you. And then my newsletter, if you sign up for my newsletter, that is the best way, you guys, to keep in touch with what I'm doing, my classes, my retreats, things like that. I always send out a free PDF as soon as you sign up. If you're not on my newsletter, you will receive a free PDF. And then every Sunday, I send another free PDF tutorial just as a thank you for being on my mailing list. And then I just want to tell everybody, make sure that you redeem those coupons that you earned for shopping in July. I placed my pre-order yesterday. The Stampin' Up! Demonstrators could order out of the new upcoming mini catalog, the holiday catalog. And I was able to use like $25, I think, worth of those coupons. I think that's what it was. And then we have a 15% off select designer series paper, and that's the whole month of August. It started yesterday and it runs through the 31st. And I'll show you a list here in a minute when I switch the camera over of all of the paper, the ones that are on sale. And if you do want to receive the make and take packets that I am going to be sharing with you guys today, if you spend $35 and use the host code and place your order before August 10th at midnight, you'll receive the 6 make and take packets. That's 2 of each of the 3 designs I'm going to show you today. If you spend $50, you'll earn the 6 make and take packets, the PDFs for the make and take packets, the Sweethearts Global Tutorial Bundle for August, and an embellishment. And then if you spend $100 before tax, shipping, and handling by the 10th of August, you'll earn all of that plus a special gift from me. And then I mail out the make and take packets every Monday. So I will mail them out on Monday, August 12th. And then I'm just keeping the same host code. I'll probably change it next week. And then I'll show you right now the paper that is going to be on sale. Let me just turn this so in the circle I am not too badly off-centered. And I'm going to try my very best, you guys, to keep my head out of the frame today. I was so mad at myself when I realized that my head was in most of the shots last week and nobody said anything. You guys need to tell me when my head is in the way. So I'm going to try to stand back, and it's kind of awkward. I had my husband down here before he left. I was asking him, tell me when my head goes in the position so are in the camera, so I kind of know how close I can go in, but it's really odd how far I have to stand back and then be able to craft with the stuff so far away. But this is the paper. It's the Bright and Beautiful 6x6. We've got the Country Inn 12x12, the Country Woods 12x12, Country Lace 12x12, Full of Life, that is the 6x6, a Lily Pond, that's 6x6, and then the Mediterranean Blooms and the Perennial Lavender are both 12x12. And then we have the Take to the Sky that is 12x12. The Thoughtful Journey is 6x6. The To Market is 12x12, as well as the Unbounded Beauty, the Wildly Flowering, and the Winter Meadow. And the Winter Meadow is the one I'm using for my monthly card club projects this month. You guys can download this free. It's on my blog, and I don't think I put it on Facebook, but I did put it on my blog. And I'll show you really quick. These are the projects that we'll make in August for my card club if you're interested in joining. And then this is kind of like a fun fold card. I'd never seen this before, and I just thought it was so cute. But it is a pretty neat fun fold. I'd never made that before. So that is that fun fold. And I don't think it would take any extra postage because it just folds down so nicely. And then my little knots, my little ribbon here, you guys, I tried to tie it loosely because I don't want to have to keep tying and untying because that's just going to make it fray more. But I'm going to try my best to not fray it anymore. This is kind of a fun fold as well. So it just kind of opens up like that. I just loved this DSP for this card. I just thought it turned out so pretty. And then this one is another fun fold card. And when you open this one up, it's kind of like you have a flap there, and then we have another flap here with the little cardinal there. But I thought all these just turned out so cute. I love them. Okay, let me move them out of the way and I'll get started. I don't want to move everything in because, again, I want to show you the measurements, but I'm going to show you really quick this card I received from my upline, Rhonda Wade. I just love her. So that's where I got the inspiration from this. And she sent me a little keychain and a card and some embellishments, I think it was, when I can't remember now what it was for. I think it was for a promotion or something. It was for some type of promotion or sales or something. Okay, so let's go over this really quick. I'll show you the card. So here is my card. That is my version. It's kind of a fun fold card. My Mossy Meadow is 4 1/4 by 11, and then I scored it at 5 1/2 and 2 3/4. I'm just going to take all these out. And then my piece of cherry cobbler here is 4 by 5 1/4. My Traditions of DSP is, that is not right. Yeah, it is 3 3/4 by 5. And then this piece of cherry cobbler is 3 3/4. Nope, not 3. Where am I at? 2 3/4 by 3 1/2. I think I put those up there backwards. And then I've got my little label I used from the Adoring Hearts, and I'll show you that in just a minute. I'm just going to scroll really quick and make sure I'm not missing anybody's comments. And then the 2 labels that we're going to actually put down here, that will be like our little mechanism that makes it stop. So let me grab everything and I'll show you. So this is the paper that I'm using on all the cards today. It's the Traditions of St. Nick's 12 by 12 Designer Series paper. Hey, Becky. Ooh, Becky, that is my state, Kentucky. That's where my husband is from. That's where all my family is from and where I would love to live. Liked and shared from YouTube to Facebook. Thank you so much, Becky. I appreciate that. But this is my kind of paper, you guys. I love like the old-fashioned Christmas. It's just so pretty. I really wished it was on the sale. I'm not sure why it's not, because they said like most specialty paper, and I don't think that has like any gold foiling or anything in it, so I'm not really sure. But this is the bundle that I'm using today, and this is also the bundle that I used for my monthly card club projects for this month. I love this stamp set, you guys. It was my favorite one on the online exclusives when we could order, and I don't know how I did it, but I messed up my order and I did not order it. Let me take this off the screen really quick. Hey, Kathy. It doesn't matter you're late, just as long as you're here. That's what matters, Kathy. Okay, and then we're also going to use the Cherry Cobbler and Pearl Adhesive Backed Berries. Now this is where I got my label, and I'm using this label twice today, and it's from the Adoring Hearts dies, and this comes with that embossing folder, the hybrid embossing folder where you can emboss and die cut at the same time. I love, love, love these dies so much, you guys. I use them a lot. Then the little mechanism at the bottom I just showed you that we're going to stop the card from moving with, I used the Something Fancy dies. I used those quite a bit too in my projects this month. I'm using Cherry Cobbler and Mossy Meadow ink, and I think I'm using that on all of the cards. And then for that little piece of DSP, that little piece of Cherry Cobbler, this one right here, I embossed using the Birchwood 3D embossing folder, and this will be available. It's not available yet, but it will be available in the September holiday catalog. But I love it so much, and I wanted to start playing with it. And then the white frayed ribbon is available now as an online exclusive. Let me just grab all my stamping stuff that I'm going to need to stamp. And then let me move this tray out of the way. And I have to take a drink. I have a frog in my throat or something. Whew. A lot of talking. I'm going to use my light and dark Cherry Cobbler Stampin' Blends and my light and dark Mossy Meadow Stampin' Blends. Let me move this out of the way. I try to stay organized, you guys, so I can clean really quickly when I'm done and get everything cleaned up and put away before I have to go to work. I go to work, I work second shifts, if you guys are new and have never joined me. So instead of stamping my wreath in Tuxedo Black, I decided I was just going to stamp it in Mossy Meadow. Just like that. And then I'm just going to use my Stampin' Blends to color. I'm just going to clean that because I think I might use this stamp again. I can't. Maybe I don't. But oh well, it will be clean then when I'm done, right? Okay, let's do that, and then let's go ahead and stamp. I should never put those up there. I'm never going to be able to pick them out or pick them up. Let me slide them around the corner. Fingers don't want to work today. I'm going to move this one over here. Now we're going to use Cherry Cobbler. Got to remember how that ink pad opens up, I guess. I'm going to move this stuff over here out of my way. And then for this one, because it's curled, I guess that frog doesn't want to leave my throat today. I just inked it up in Cherry Cobbler, and then I just kind of turned it. And you guys, I'm going to have to put my head over here or I'm never going to get that lined up good. So I just used that and just kind of turned it. Excuse me, you guys. I have been having a time with allergies. And then I think I have this one I'm going to use again. So it was on the other tray. So we're just going to stamp that on that basic white one. And I'm just going to clean this one because I know I'm using it again because I just grabbed it from the next card. And this one too. Looks like I'm using both of these again. Trying to pass it along. Okay, now I'm going to move this out of my way, and then we'll just start coloring. And I want to say that I used my dark, I'm just looking at my card, I'm pretty sure, and I might have to get my head in the way again. I'm going to try to stand back so you guys can see what I'm doing, but it is making it very hard to try to get this colored in a nice way. But I'm just going to go around and color in the leaves. I wish you guys could see how far I have to stand back. I tried and tried to adjust that camera today, and it wasn't having any part of it. But if I kind of bend over, I don't even know if you guys can see me, but if I kind of bend over this way, it's kind of helping me to be able to like look under to see. I'm not a fan of coloring the smaller images like this. I like to have more of a big space. But I feel like once you have it completed, it looks okay. I just feel like as you're coloring, it's like, well, that kind of doesn't look the best. But then once you're done and put it all together, it does kind of look better. I thought about coloring because I know a lot of these today I'm going to have to color. And I thought about pre-coloring some of them to save time, but you guys tune in because you like to watch, right? I am so excited for that holiday catalog, you guys. There is a lot of nice stamps in there. I had a list a mile long, and I have to say I'm very proud of myself. I stuck to my list. I always use an Excel spreadsheet, and I go through once we can see it. And I go through and I put down like my must-haves and then the ones I'd like to get, but yeah, I can wait. I don't have to have them right away. And I stuck to my list. Now, I did have to place a very, very, very small order today because of the 2 people that signed up. When people sign up, I'd already ordered the supplies for August for the card club, the $20 in product that they'll receive. And so I had to place an order, and I ordered a few extras just in case other people join. And I did want to say too, you guys, and make it known, because I don't know if a lot of people know, but even if you're a demonstrator, you are welcome to join my card club. I have several people in there right now that are demonstrators, and I don't mind at all. Okay, let me grab my die cutting machine. But I was able to then order one more of the stamp sets that wasn't a must-have, but I did want. And this die, you guys, is not hard at all to line up. Just line up your middle. Pay attention to your middle. I want to make sure you guys can see. And then I just kept rotating it until those pieces fit in the grooves. Like that right there. So that right there is a good fit. And then I just take my tape and tape it down. So that's how I lined it up. I just line up that middle piece. Did I take my other plate off? Okay, oh, here it is. It was blending right into my desk. My 2 friends that aren't on here, I didn't see them pop on yet. Hey, Mary. Oh, I am waiting too, Diana. I haven't received my catalog yet, and I've seen people online that have already received it, and I haven't received my paper. I like the digital. I like that you can see it, but I personally think there's nothing better than the actual catalog in your hand to be able to see the projects. Okay, let me move that out of the way, and then we'll start putting the card together. So we're just going to burnish our score marks that we just made. And then just fold those back. And then I always have to check mine and see where's my card. So how do we have this baby going? I think I burnished them wrong. I burnished them wrong, so don't do what I just did. So it's like this, and I still burnished it again wrong. And like this. We'll get it. I like doing the fun folds, but sometimes they really make me think. Okay, let's go ahead and put that back over there. And then we'll put this piece together here. So just put a little bit of adhesive on here. And then we'll put that piece of DSP right there. Kind of got that off right there pretty bad. So don't pay attention to that, guys. I'm not gonna peel it up because I don't want to rip my paper. Today is my son's 36th birthday, you guys. I cannot believe that I'm old enough to have a 36-year-old. Both my boys were born in August. My oldest is today. And if I would have had him, you guys, one day later, I probably tell this every year, his birthday would have been 8/8 of 88. And I tell him, I tried. I tried. Okay, let's see. What am I going to do here? Let's put some dimension. I'm trying to stay organized, you guys, and keep everything in the same spot as I'm using it. So that way I'm not always looking for everything. Okay, 3 is probably enough for dimensionals. I hope my head is staying out of the way. Becky, you're going to love it. Yeah, I love flipping through the catalog too. And I feel like every time, you guys, there is something that you miss. Like when you go back and look at it, there is something that you miss. Like, oh, I didn't see that in the online, or I didn't see it even the first time looking at the paper catalog. I'll see somebody demonstrate something and I'm like, okay, I knew I should have used minis. I'm going to try to peel these off. I used minis on the other one, but I thought I could make, I can see, I mean, it would probably work, you guys. It was just a little bit peeking through, but I don't like that. So I'm going to grab some of my mini dimensionals. But yeah, I like to watching the other demonstrators, their videos, to see what they make. I didn't pay for overnight shipping or even 2-day shipping. Sometimes I do that if I'm really in a hurry. But I didn't do it this time. I'm doing a card swap and I have until the end of the month to get my card done. So I thought, well, I'm going to have plenty of time. So this one is, the label was from that Adoring Hearts, and we're just going to put that right across there. I feel like I got everything very crooked. Even this thing going down is not looking very straight, or either it's that other piece of the DSP that's throwing me off. Then we're going to only put adhesive on the bottom, and you could put just basically your adhesive on this flap right there. And then just line this up. What I did was I folded it so that way I was putting it centered of the Mossy Meadow. So I just folded that down when I put my original on, but you only want adhesive on that lower part so it will stand up. And then I put dimensionals on the back of both of these because you really want this popped up so it will hold that that panel in place for you. Oh, yeah, I was just reading. Marilyn said that she received her catalog today. I'm hoping mine comes today. My husband had to run to town, so I'm not sure if he checked the mail before he left. But I should be getting mine, I think, any day. I'm hoping anyway. It's got a lot of bundles. Like, there's a lot. I think there's only like 1 or 2 suites that I didn't really prefer. And so what I did, you guys, was I just stood it up about where I thought I wanted it to stop. And I feel like I want mine a little bit lower. So I'm going to put mine. I'm just looking at my original to see how far. Something like that is good. And then you just take your ribbon. And we're just going to run it through here. And we're just going to tie a knot. We're not going to tie a fancy bow or anything like that. Just a simple knot will do on this one. And I'm probably making it too loose, but oh well. Let me get my ribbon scissors. We'll just trim that. I'm hoping I don't run out of ribbon today because I used this on my monthly card club and on these today. And so I'm hoping, because I don't have any more. That is all I have. That's all she wrote. And you can move this up so it's on that panel or just leave it down there. It's up to you. And then I'm going to take some of these berries. And I put, let me see, I want to say I put 2 of them, of the actual, like, holly berries on my card. I just put 1 up there at the top. And 1 right there. And then on this label, I put 1 here. And 1 there. And that is it, guys. That is the first card. So there is that one. I'll send you everything you need to make that card. And then let me grab my make and take packet and I will show you and tell you the measurements. Thank you very much, Becky. That is so sweet of you. So for card number 2, let me get the measurements up. we are using Mossy Meadow again. I kind of stuck with the same colors. I'm trying to remember where I put my little bags. So Mossy Meadow is, you're only going to need just one piece. This isn't folded. So this is just Mossy Meadow 5.5 by 4 1/4. Basic White is 4 by 5 1/4. And then you're going to need 2 pieces of the DSP that is 4 by 3. And they're scored at 1 inch. And we'll go over that here in just a minute. Let me take these off before I forget. Which one don't I have? Nope. I put that one back on. Take that one off. Okay, where are you at and why won't you go away? Card 2. Oh, there we are. Okay. So then for the label for this one, I used, let me move this out of the way. And I'll grab. This tray was really empty because I had most of everything on the other tray already. Oh, hold on a minute. I dropped my die, guys. That I'm going to need in a minute. So for this one, I used the Stylish Shape dies to die cut out my labels, Mossy Meadow and Basic White. And then this is the scrap piece I'm going to stamp on. And then this is my label that we're going to use right here to hold those pieces together. And ignore that. I really don't know what that is or how I got that on my paper. But when you're scoring your DSP, you're going to score it at 1 inch. And so if you have directional paper, you're going to score the one that's going to go at the top. So this piece right here, 1 inch at the top. And then you're going to want to score this one 1 inch from the bottom because you want your paper to stay directional. So when you go to put it on, let's just put it on right now. Well, I have to make the bends. Hold on a minute, you guys. Let's do it this way. So this is we'll start with the top. Let me get these stamps out of the way. So this piece is my top. No, I just keep picking up the bottom. This piece is my top. So I scored it 1 inch at the top. And I'm just going to burnish that score mark. I've never made this card as well, you guys. You are so welcome for the measurements. So then what you do is you just fold this piece right here, one corner, and we're just going to line it up at that score mark, just like this, and then just burnish that down. And then you're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to take this point and line that edge right there up, and then just use your bone folder to burnish those down. And I'm going to just use my Seal Plus. You could use tear tape, but you want these flaps to stay down. So just adhere that down. And then you could use tear tape here too, but I am just going to use, for the sake of the video and time and everything, I'm just going to use Stampin' Seal Plus. Then on the bottom one, and this will make more sense, you guys, as we're putting it together, you'll be like, oh, okay, now I get it. So we're going to burnish that. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to score this, or not score this, but fold that point down to that 1 inch score mark. And then we're going to do the same thing. Fold this one down to that 1 inch score mark. And then just burnish those. Open them back up and put your adhesive. Let me get that off there before everything sticks to it. And then just fold that down, fold that down. Don't pick up your lid for your pick tool. Put adhesive there. And then we didn't stamp anything on the inside of the card. And the easiest way I found to do this was to just take the score mark and line it up on the top. It's wanting to stick to my adhesive back there. And then just fold it down, just like that. And I have just the smallest little piece right there peeking out. I didn't get it lined up perfect. So I'm just going to trim that off. I got a little bit of my white, but that's going to be okay. And then we're going to do the same thing down here. Line up the score mark to the Basic White. And then just fold that over. Boy, that one moved on me. Let me see if I can realign that. Oh, come on. Okay, it's not going to let me move it. And then you can just burnish them again. This one you guys can see right there, so be really careful. I mean, it's just a little, but I didn't have it down really good on the score mark, so just watch that. So see, this is what I mean by directional, so the paper's going in the right way. If you would have scored this one at the top, it would be upside down when you look at it. So then we just take the Mossy Meadow base, and we're just going to put adhesive on the back. And just place it on the Mossy Meadow base. I feel like my paper may not be cut right. Let me see. 5.5. Nope, it is. But I sure don't have that nice of a frame around it. Okay, then we're going to take the Cherry Cobbler again. And we're going to stamp the Good Tidings. And I'm hoping that my head has not been in the way, you guys. I kind of forgot. I get busy and then I forget. I get into what I'm doing and then I forget to pay attention. And then we're going to stamp at the top. I'm going to kind of step myself back again, because that kind of helps me remember to keep my butt back out of the way. Okay. And we'll stamp that there. And move this, and then this time I am going to stamp the image in Memento. I don't know why I can't get rid of the frog in my throat today, but it is sticking right there. Let me take another quick sip. Okay, let's try to color again. We're going to use the same exact blends. I'm going to use the light for my bow. I'm trying to make sure my head's out of the way, you guys. So I'm just using the light. Sometimes it's hard to tell on these images which is what to make heads or tails of it. The first time I colored this, I made the card for my monthly card club, and I had no issues. But when I stamped this one for this card, I was like, wait a minute, I lost the bow. I have to go back and look at my original card and figure it out, because I couldn't tell where the tail of this one was, where it ended. And then I was like, okay, now I see it. And then we're just going to color the little berries in. And if you wanted to, you could use the dark to make it have a little bit different colors, but I just used everything the same color. It's such small images. And you could also do the vines on the leaves. You could do those in the dark and then go back over with the light if you wanted to add like a little bit of shading. But for the sake of the video, I'm just going to color it all in the light. Mossy Meadow. I think on the one for the card club, that's what I did. But it's not that big of a deal if you don't. The next card is going to take a little bit more time. I think it's just a little bit more in detail, but it's still not too bad. And I think it's hard for me to decipher which is the I'm trying to tell right there. Yeah, that's just a background. Which is the background and which is supposed to be colored. Okay, let's move these out of the way, and I'll grab the die cutting machine again. And I'll just line that up. It has been so humid here, you guys. Like, it has been so bad. Thank gosh, like, it cooled off last night. My husband went outside and he was like, you're not going to believe how cool it is out there now. And it's not near as humid today, so we are very happy about that. Okay, let me grab my die so I don't have to worry about losing it. Put it over there and put my stuff here. And we'll put this card together. Now this one we have to be a little bit careful about too on the placement of those labels, and I'll show you. I probably should have used a longer label for this. I thought about using the essential dies, but I didn't. I thought this one was going to be quite long enough, but I kind of feel like I wished I would have. And you don't have to even put this label down here. I'll show you. We'll put this one on first. But you don't even have to use that one if you want it to kind of like, it will stay open, it won't stay closed really good. But to do this, instead of putting my adhesive all the way across, because see, you can see my adhesive, but I have one of those erasers so I could erase that if I wanted to. I'm just going to put my adhesive right here on this point, just kind of like right in there. And you don't want to go up too high because we are going to keep it down kind of low so it lays over top of this flap. So you could leave it just like that and you wouldn't even have to use this one. I'm just wanting to see if I put dimensionals on that first one. But I wanted it to stay closed. That kind of bugs me when I can't keep my cards closed. Thought that dropped off. So I'm going to use, we'll just put 3 on here right now. 3 of the minis on this one, and then we'll just pop it up. And I always like to be able to see my tails to try to make sure I'm getting it even. And then we'll put some more on the back of this one. And then you just kind of lay it there where you're gonna want that flap to catch. You don't want to have to keep bending it too much. So I just kind of folded mine down and kind of placed it like that. And then you can just keep opening and tucking it back behind there. And mine just barely grabs it. So that's what I mean. I probably should have used a little bit of a longer label, because mine is just, I mean, it's barely keeping that card closed for me, to be honest with you. Okay, let's go ahead, and I just ended up putting a couple of the clear little dots on here. Let's see if I grab that one. Okay, guys, that is it for card 2. So if you want to place an order, this would be your second make and take packet. I would send you enough product to make 2 each of that card. The next card I really love. I love this card so much. It doubles as a gift card holder. And it has a little tag in there, or you could put a gift card in there. I chose to just put the tag in there. I am going to change it and not punch the notch out. I didn't like it as well. I'm anxious to see what it will look like without the punch. So I'm just going to leave it standard when we go to make that. That's the only thing I'm changing. So for this card, let me grab all the measurements. So we're going to use Mossy Meadow is the card base. And it is 5.5 by 11. I'm trying to keep my pieces separate so I know which one is the inside and outside. So it's 5.5 by 11, scored at 3.5 and 7 3/4. And just make sure you're keeping your sides. This is going to be the side for the gift card holder. So just make sure you're keeping your flap correctly when you're making it. And then Cherry Cobbler is 3 1/4 by 5 1/4. And the DSP is 3 by 5. Again, I used that label from the Adoring Hearts. And I'll show you this label here in a minute where I got the circle from. Cherry Cobbler for the inside is 3 by 5 1/4. The Traditions of St. Nick. And that is not Traditions of St. Nick. That is this DSP. The Iconic Celebration. Sorry about that, guys. This is the... this piece right here is the Iconic Celebrations DSP. It is 5 by 2 3/4. And then I did not bring myself, or did not cut myself. I could have swore I did. Yes, I did. It's over here. I need to calm down. Okay. The piece for the inside is Basic White 4 5/8 by 3. And then this is the DSP from that same Iconic Celebrations that we're going to make the label out of for the inside. I want to try to keep everything separate because I can see me just messing this up and putting the wrong thing in the wrong place. Let me kind of scooch that there, take the measurements down really quick. And then I'll show you the dies and everything else that I used that you're going to want to know. Okay. Now, I can't remember the name of this exact punch, but it's the tab punch. Thank you, Becky. Oh, Becky said it was 97 in Kentucky with high humidity. Wow. That sounds like what it's been here. I'm using the Baker's Twine Essential Pack. This circle I got from these dies that I evidently... Here it is. The Everyday Detail die. So this is, you get the squares, the rectangles, and the circles with that one. And then I'm using the same... I'm not sure why I have this. Oh, now I know. The cardinal we're going to color, but I'm going to color his little beak in my light smoky slate is why I have that one there. And then I just have my papers that I'm going to die cut everything out in my stamp. So let me move this out of the way. Let me check really quick for time so I can see if I have to speed up. I have to speed up just a smidge. So let's layer these together. And this isn't that big of a deal to put on here. So we're just going to put that piece on there like that. And then we'll put it on the front of our card. So this is nice for Christmas. If you're giving cards and you need to do a gift card holder. I love doing gift cards at Christmas. Let me move this over here out of the way. And then we're going... Now, I was worried when I die cut this and then I used my adhesive. You could use the sticky sheets, but I just did a thin layer. I was scared the adhesive was going to like poke through or you're going to be able to see it, but I could not see it anywhere. So I'm perfectly fine with putting that down. And you guys can see right there, you're not seeing any of the adhesive. And then we'll go ahead and put these pieces on the inside. And we're just going to simply layer these together as well. Now, if you did want to do it with the little finger notch like I had, I just used my 1 3/8 circle punch and layered these two pieces together and punched it all at once. And then we're just going to put this down on that inside panel. Just like this. Trying to make sure I have it. And then we're just going to flip this over and just put a small bit of adhesive as close to the edge as you can, but you don't want it to leak out, so just be careful about that. So on each side, put that adhesive. Make sure it's holding. I'm just going to hold it there just for a minute. I'll actually move it over here and put that punch on it, and then we'll die cut out. So for the bottom of the skates, this part right here, I'm going to use basic white. I am going to die cut the skates out in Cherry Cobbler, which is unavailable right now. Can you guys even believe that it's unavailable right now? Oh, I don't know what I did there. My mouse, I have a Mac, and this thing, the mouse, hold on a minute, my card is setting on it. Sorry about that, you guys. Let me get that back in there so you guys can see. Somebody leave a comment, let me know if I don't have it big enough, because I know sometimes it shrinks when I do that, but I think I moved it back. Sorry about that, you guys. But for the shoelaces, then basic white. And then I have that Adoring Heart tag that we'll stamp on. So let me grab my die cutting machine. Now I forget what I was saying when that happened. I feel like I was going somewhere with telling you guys something. Shoot. See what you guys have to look forward to as you get older. So we'll just cut all these pieces out. And this comes also with the image. I'll show you here in just a minute when I get done die cutting these out. But you can also stamp the skates. I was really surprised after I made these cards. I was like, well, I didn't use that sled one time. But I used it in the other cards a lot for my monthly card club. Okay, let's find my pokey tool. This is a must-have in your craft room, in my opinion, the take your pick tool. It is probably my favorite tool that Stampin' Up sells. I love it. It's really like, it gives you like extra fingers, extra hands, whatever you want to call it. And it really does a good job removing those things. Now, did I lose my other... Yep, it stayed stuck. Hold on a minute, guys. We got to go back and get this guy. Got to rescue him. There we go. Trying to keep my dies together. Was that everything? I think that was everything, you guys. So this is really neat, and it's really easy to put the laces in here. So what you do is you just pick them up, make sure you have them turned right side up. And can you guys see that it has that little slit right there cut? See that little slit? Just place it in there, and then I just pushed them back till I basically had them where I wanted them. And I made sure that my little bow was sticking up. Flip it over. We're going to do the same thing with this one. Just stick it right in there. Make sure you have them positioned right where you want it. Flip it over. And then we will put a mini dimensional to hold those in place. So just put one right about there. Could have got that over a little bit more. And one there. And then we'll put one there. And one down there to hold those in place. Then we're just going to use our liquid glue. And again, you could use the adhesive sheets for these too if you wanted to. Not sure what that's on there, but I just put just a little bit of adhesive. I get a little bit of it going out, and then I just take the nozzle to like help me smear it around. My tweezers are not over here, but I do think I have these. I try not to use these because I try to use these just for my embossing, and I don't want to get glue and adhesive. But my other pair's over at the other station where I do my designing at. I don't want to have to go over there to get them. And I'll tell you guys a little hint. What I did yesterday was to find my coupons, I just typed in coupons. And then they all popped up in my email. Or you guys might be smarter than me and saved them as soon as you got them in a folder or something so you knew. But it wasn't a hard process at all. I debated staying up, and I hate staying up because it's 2 a.m. my time when we can order on the pre-orders usually. Now I'm just going to sting up my greeting on that label. And this time I'm going to change it up. We're going to use Mossy Meadow ink. So we're just going to say, let it snow. Hold on a minute. I have the wrong label. Okay, I used the wrong label. But we will just, well, no, it's not going to fit. So I have to grab that label. And I can't remember which one it was from. Hold on a minute, guys. Let me see if I can find it really quickly. Because it should be... Because that's not going to fit on that one. And I can't find it in my dies over here. And I know I just used it. Okay, let me see. Do I have it in one of these already over here that I didn't die cut out? Yes, I do. Right here. Okay. So it's from the Something Fancy. I'm going to die cut that out really quickly, you guys. Because my greeting will not fit on this label. And I want it to fit. So hold on. Let me grab a piece of basic white. And I'm just going to die cut it without moving the die cutting machine so you guys don't have to wait. So give me just a minute. I put the die on there upside down. I might have to move this actually. I'm going to because the little stand is not big enough for me to run this through. Sorry about that. I thought I used that die twice. I think I used it twice on the cards on my club. Is what confused me. Okay, now we're back in business. And I'm trying to figure out why I have this stamp set. Because, oh, for the thing on the inside. Oh, it's all coming back to me, guys. Momentary lapse. Okay. So now we're going to stamp Let It Snow. Just like that. And I'm going to go ahead and close that for right now until I need it open again, because I will make a mess if I don't. So let's put the front of the card together. So I'm going to put some dimensionals, and I think I'm just going to use the minis to make sure that they don't pop through and show. So I'm just going to put them on the ends. Oops. And then we'll just put it right in the center of the circle. And then grab our mini dimensionals. And I think I'm going to make my ribbon first, and I'll show you guys why. Because I want to make sure that it looks like the skates are hanging from those ribbons. So let's grab the twine. And I'm going to pull it out, and I want to do a double bow. So I'm going to make sure I have enough. So I probably did way more than I need. But we'll see. We will see. I'm just going to pull that through. Come on, guys, work with me. Get off of there. There you go. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to make a little bit of a bigger bow. I don't want it too big. I think that's going to be okay. Maybe a little bit smaller. Maybe a smidge smaller. And let's just cut the tails. But I do want to leave them long, because like I said, I want the skates to appear like they're hanging from them. So let's grab a mini glue dot. We're almost done, guys. Hang with me. Almost done. All we have to do is stamp that inside greeting and put that together. So I just put my glue dot right there. Put my bow right on top of the glue dot. And then I managed to move these around where I wanted them. And then put your... I'm going to cut them just a little bit more, because they are a little bit longer than where I need them to be. So let's just trim them down. I wanted to make sure I left them long enough, and I left them too long. And then just put those where you want them, and then put your skate right over top of the ribbon. And then you can kind of manipulate them to turn them, just as long as it's behind there. It's not a big deal. And then we'll put 2 of the little cherry cobbler dots. One there. And one there. Okay. Move that off of there. And then we'll jump to making the inside. This part is super easy. We're just going to put our DSP in there. And punch this out. And then we're just going to fold that over like so. And put adhesive on both sides of that towards the bottom. And then just kind of line it up where you want it. Kind of make sure you got it centered. Something like that. Let me put my lid back on my glue. Okay, and then we'll stamp that greeting in Mossy Meadow. And just stamp it right there. Like that. And then we'll slip this right inside, and I'll show you, and then you guys can determine which one. I'm just trying to see. So you could put that all the way in there and people are still going to know, hey, there's something there. So there is that card, you guys, today. And then this is without the finger hole, and this one is with it. And I do like this one better, I think. And you could even put a little greeting right there. I wouldn't pop it up, because the more you pop it up, the more postage you're probably going to need for mailing. Okay, guys, let me switch the camera back, and let me know if you guys have any questions or any more comments. Yeah, cherry cobbler right now, Becky, is unorderable. I have seen people like looking for it, and hopefully they'll get it back in. Right now I checked the supply list this morning, the inventory list, and it still doesn't give like a definite date. It just says to be determined. But hopefully it will be soon, because that is my favorite cardstock this time of year when I'm making fall stuff. I don't know, you guys, next week if I'll do another Christmas project. I have an idea using the, I think it's called Round We Go. No, the TV one. Tune In, I think is the name of it. I think that might be what I'll be using next week. I have an idea for something that I'm hoping I can make work. So stay tuned for that. It'll be a 3D project. Okay, guys. Thanks, Kathy, for saying great cards. I appreciate it. If you guys want me to mail you the Make and Take packets, just make sure that you have your order in by Saturday at midnight. I'll post my new card project that I'll do next Wednesday on Sunday. Make sure if you do place an order, you guys, that you please use the host code. That helps me to restock my supplies that I use to send you guys those Make and Take packets. Thanks everybody that watched today. I really appreciate it. I just love spending my Wednesday afternoon with you guys. And I'll see you guys next Wednesday at noon. Bye.